Hello guys, welcome to my brand new video of where we discuss the different aspects of living in the UK versus living in United States of America. So this video is also going to help you in deciding where to move depending upon how much you want to earn, what's going to be your lifestyle, what's going to be your medical preferences, your money saving aspects, and how much you want to be close to the nature. Having lived in both the locations, I do have some experience which I would like to share of my thoughts and what I think, in my opinion, are the basic differences. So let's dive right into it. So, comparison of salary information. I'm going to be very objective with you, and I'm going to use as much as public information available to support my opinion. And also, I've seen that from my personal experience working both the locations, that there is a difference between what's paid in the US versus what is paid in the United Kingdom. Salary. So, if you want to do a rough comparison of salaries which are paid in the United States versus what salaries paid in the United Kingdom, let's just take two big cities and let's just stick to a designation. So if you want to go to glassdoor.com, this website contains average or median pay scales of different designations. So if you want to go to Glassdoor and search average senior associate salary in San Jose, California, from where I have worked for 18 months of my life. So if you do that right now, you'll find out the starting point that they give is $100,000 with a median of $115,000. Quite nice, eh? And now if you compare and type average pay scale of senior associate in London, and you will get a smaller number. So the number I did a search right now and I got was £45,000. Let's convert that to USD to have a better picture. I did a comparison and translated $45,000 to the 45,000 pounds to USD. I got $58,000. So $58,000 versus $116,000. You can clearly see the difference. It's like mainly like half the salary which has been paid in the UK as compared to double amount of salary in the United States of America. Obviously there are tax consequences as well, which we're going to talk about later, but for just wanted to highlight there is a difference in the base pay. So if you're making a decision, if you want more money, definitely you're going to go for United States of America, but there are pros and cons to it. Obviously with more salary there is more reward, so there is a risk that you carry. A number of people I've heard have faced visa issues when going for a visa in the United States of America. So with more reward, definitely you're going to have a more risk. So there is a chance that you go for a work visa and that expires in 3 years, and then you have to go for a visa renewal after 3 years. There might be a good chance that your visa might be rejected for some reason which you might not be told. You might be put in admin processing, and I've seen a number of my friends as well having this issue that their visa renewal was delayed for a year and they had to just sit in their home country for some time until the visa was finalized. So it's quite frustrating and it's quite stressful that you don't know an outcome, and it's certain. Uncertainty brings very big stress levels, and as compared to the UK, I think, I'm not sure about the UK, but coming here to the Channel Islands, my work visa is for 5 years, and after 5 years you get ILR. In the United States you can apply for a green card, which obviously is a thing which only your employer can file for you. So employer is kind of God there for you if you are working in the United States. If they don't want to file for you, you can't make them file for you. And whereas in the UK, the UK government has said that if you are working in a specific visa, I think tier 2 general in the UK is mainly the visa, or even in Guernsey, work permit based visa, you can get a ILR which is equivalent to green card. I'm not saying it's equal, but it has the same thing that you can work in that country without having a visa. so ILR for the UK and green card in the US. However, in the UK, it's much more certain that you're gonna get it because you don't have to depend on an employer, and government will give you that ILR once you've completed your 5 years, and you have to pass an exam, but it's less uncertain as compared to the United States of America. So with you know, so you're taking less money, but there is less risk as well. So low risk, low reward. And when I said low risk, low reward, I was talking about the salaries, because in the UK you get paid less, but there is less risk. However, if you're working in the US, you're getting paid more, but there is more risk that you're not gonna get your green card in the right amount of time. You might be delayed or face visa issues and whatnot. The next point we're going to talk about is the medical expenses in the US. You better be rich if you want to fall sick in the US, or have some amount of money in your pocket before you fall sick, because uh, just a visit to urgent care will cost around $200. Whereas if you were to go to an emergency in Guernsey, you have to pay £70, which would be around $90. So again, lower price. Medical is readily available in Guernsey. I would say that I've heard a few of my friends complaining about medical in the United Kingdom, where if you want to go to an urgent medical care, you might not get an attention immediately, and you might have to wait 4, 5, 6 hours. Whereas in Guernsey, I don't have to wait for more than half an hour, and I just get my medical attention by paying that amount. That I don't even have to pay that amount because it's covered in my insurance policy. Whereas if you were to compare the insurance in the US, you might get a lower rate. I think $200 is the low rate, or you have to, if you don't have an insurance, you must be paying a higher amount. Again, there is this out-of-pocket thing in the US, which is like crazy expensive. I will be making another video of pros and cons of living in Guernsey, so stay tuned and subscribe for that video. This will come in soon, and in that video I'm going to highlight the pros and cons of living in Guernsey as compared to the United Kingdom. My daughter was born in US, and for example, I want to tell you that out of pocket I had to pay thousands of dollars. To be precise, $11,000 was the amount of out-of-pocket expenses, and that out-of-pocket resets every year. So I had to pay like $2,000 before it was resetted, and then when she was born I had to pay another $11,000, which makes up $13,000. That's the amount I had to pay in the United States of America. One would ask, well, what was the benefit of having insurance? So benefit of having the insurance in the US was that the total bill was $150,000, and I only had to pay $13,000. Still a big amount, but if I didn't have insurance policy, I would have been required to pay $150,000, which is I haven't earned that much money yet. So yeah, and in Channel Islands, Guernsey, if you have your baby born here, you don't have to pay anything. The government pays all of your maternity related expenses, either it's C-section, normal, whatever, everything is being covered. And I've heard complaints about the medical in the UK, but the medical in Guernsey Channel Islands is much better. People have had very good experiences, so Guernsey takes that plus point in there. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to fall sick in the US, you better be rich. Otherwise, pray that you don't fall sick. Moving on to the third point of taxes. So if you're living in the United States of America, you would be at least required to pay an average rate of 35% of your tax. However, if you were living in London, I think it would be the same. There's not much difference. However, if you were to live in Guernsey Channel Islands, you're only required to pay 21% of income tax on your salary, and it's just straight. It's not slab rate that if you go beyond this much you have to pay. It's straight. Even if you earn £100,000 a year, you just have to pay 21%. It's not going above, so that is a plus point, and Guernsey takes that point for that. Talking about taxes, I missed to talk about the point that if you're living in Guernsey Channel Islands, you don't have to pay VAT. So it's just a 20% discount of living in UK versus living in Guernsey. So the amount that you have to pay to get a product is way cheaper as compared to what you've been paying, what you would be required to pay in the UK or in the United States of America. So that's one of the plus points of Guernsey from tax perspective. Now I also want to talk about the timing of getting packages that you order from Amazon or from elsewhere. If you're living in the United States, if you order before like 10 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, you can also expect same day deliveries, like you order in the morning and this guy would bring your stuff by the evening, or max it will be 1 day delivery and you get your stuff by tomorrow. However, living in Channel Islands, you won't get it before 3 to 4 days because it takes a while. Even if you're a Prime member, being a Prime member, you don't have to pay for the deliveries, but still you will get your package after 3 to 4 days. You're not getting it before that. So that's one of the cons of living in Guernsey. My next point, I want to talk about the work-life balance. So working in the US versus working in Guernsey Channel Islands, I have seen this from my own experience that the work-life balance is much better in here. In the US, I worked crazy hours and it was not very good for my mental health as well. They keep talking about mental health, but there is a little less action. There's a lot of words but less action. However, in here I see action and words, and actions speak louder than words. So yeah, definitely Guernsey takes that point, that the work-life balance in Guernsey is far much better as compared to United States, mainly California, San Jose. The next point I want to talk about is the pace of life. The pace of life in Guernsey is a relaxed lifestyle. You don't have to be rushing here and there. You, even if you are walking towards your office, somebody would give you a smile and it will make your day a nice experience. However, if you were in a big city like UK, London, or in the United States of America, the lifestyle is just too fast. Nobody has time to pay or give a smile to you. They're just rushing. They're just in a fast-paced life. They have to get somewhere. Even the commute. My next point is commute. Commute in the United States is crazy. It's like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. That's why people have, moved to working from home. Well, I don't like to work from home, but if you are living in the US, the average commute to the workplace is around half an hour to 45 minutes one way. Whereas if you're living in Guernsey, your commute is not more than 5 to 10 minutes. That includes traveling in the car, walking towards your office, and that's it. It literally saves like around an hour if you're living in Guernsey. You don't have to commute. It's like a small island, so saves a lot of time. So Guernsey takes away that point. My next point is about inclusivity and social experiences. I have lived like 18 months in the US and I felt less exposed to social interactions because everybody is just so busy in their routines. They can hardly make time over the weekends just to relax and unwind and talk to people. Even in the office, if you go to the office, everybody is just so busy, nobody would care to talk to you, no small chats in the coffee area. Whereas working in Channel Islands, I feel much more relaxed and much more included. People do care about asking how was my weekend. I also ask that how was your weekend, what did you do, what's your plans. They do care about, they ask you. I don't know even if they mean it or not, but they do care and ask about you. That's what I like about this place, that they really do care and they really do talk to you, despite the fact wherever you're from. We have such a diverse population here in Guernsey. We have people from Africa, we have people from Asia. Yeah, it's very diverse, and the people, I've heard the people of Ireland are usually nice people, but yeah, Guernsey is exceptionally very nice, and I feel very much included working here. That's one of the very good plus points that I want to give to Guernsey as compared to the United States, where it's a bigger office and you just feel like a small isolated piece. You have to jump high, raise your hand to show that you are somewhere. Even then, nobody's going to notice you because there's so many people there, and you just feel so insignificant and not so much included, because one can easily, be left behind if they are not very extrovert. So I'm a very big extrovert, and even myself felt isolated in the United States. And yeah, so Guernsey definitely takes that point away. Okay, my next point is employment opportunities. So definitely, this point is for the United States of America. It's a big place. It's a challenging environment. The the competition is very high, and henceforth you get a lot of employment diverse opportunity in the United States of America. However, in Guernsey Channel Islands, the employment opportunities are very limited to the because it's a small island. It's the employers are very limited, and henceforth the employment opportunities are very limited. So that's one of the points which I would give to United States of America. The last point I want to discuss is about one of the biggest cons of living in Guernsey. I won't say this is for UK, specifically for Guernsey, is that you live in an island. So if you want to go to anywhere in the world, you have to catch one extra flight from here to one of the biggest airports in, not the biggest airport, a big airport in the UK. Maybe you want to go to even if I want to go to Pakistan, I have to go to London first, and then I have to catch a flight, and then that flight takes me to Pakistan. If it's Emirates, via Dubai. If it's whatever, if it's Qatar Airways, it will go via Doha. So there's like 3 flights that I have to change. So this is one of the biggest cons of living in Guernsey Channel Islands, where you have to pay extra for that extra flight. However, this point is curtailed if you're living in one of the big cities like London or Manchester, where you don't have to pay for this extra flight. So this is one of the points, which is London versus UK versus Channel Islands. And I mean, even for United States of America, if you want to travel, you can travel in the United States of America. It's very big. There's so many places within the United States you want to explore, and you literally just explore the United States, because it's the other places are far away, and it takes time to travel. Even if you want to travel to Pakistan, it's like a day's flight. I remember my longest flight was from Pakistan to United States was like 18 hours flight time, 2 hours to Dubai from Pakistan, and 16 hours from Dubai to San Francisco. And then the layover adds just extra over that 18 hours. So it will take around a day's time to travel one way if you want to go to Pakistan from United States. So definitely US itself is isolated. So UK is in a unique position, center between Pakistan and US. So if you want to go to anywhere, I feel like we're in the middle. Yes, if you want to go to Thailand, that's a bit far away from here, but then again it's far away from the US as well, I believe. But if you want to go to Pakistan, it's less travel time if you're living in the UK as compared to the United States. So these are some of the points that I wanted to cover up and discuss and highlight to you guys if you are deciding to move to any of these locations, be it United States or be it UK or be it Channel Islands. Hope you find this video informative, and if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I would be happy to reply them. And thank you so much for watching my video. Stay tuned. Bye.